Looks like I got to do this in one whole hit. Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion, coming to you today on this very pretty Tuesday to do a little bitching. Already got myself a smoke. Already got myself a drink. Cheers. Grab on your butts, your balls, your boobs, whatever the hell you got. There we go. So today was going to be very special for all of us old school punk rock fans. Social Distortion was going to come back to the Hub City. And it's been about 10 years since the last time they're here. And they canceled the show last Friday. And it was the day after I got the tickets. Not even full 24 hours. My buddy O'Neill surprised me at work and he was like, hey man, you and me, bro date, going to the show. He'd never seen them, never listened to them really. He was like, hey, this is something you love. You always do for me. I want to do something for you. And I thought that bastard almost made me cry. Well, anywho, I'm excited, all get out. And then they even told him when he bought the tickets, there are chances that this show could be canceled. And he's like, what? Let's hope not. They said, well, that's the word on the street. You got the tickets anyway. Not even 24 hours. They canceled the show due to venue logistics or some shit like that. Now, I don't know if that means they didn't sell enough tickets. I don't know if that means that that the venue is still not up to code because it's out at the amphitheater, which was ran and owned by a bunch of bar owners who were dodging a bunch of legal issues, and they never kept the place up to code regulations and shit like that. So that could be it. Or it could be the last time they came, some little fucktard decided to spit on Mike Ness during the show, like a little bit over halfway during the show, spit on Mike Ness from the crowd. He stopped the show, told everybody, hold on, back out, move, you, hey little boy, you want to spit on me, I will come down there and I will rape your ass. I may be an old man, but I will come down there and rape you. And I don't know if anybody beat the shit out of that guy or not, but he put a whole damper on it. And it's my belief, just because fuck that guy, that they saw Lubbock, Texas on the map again. And we're like, isn't that place that dickhead spit on me? Yeah, we're not fucking going to that hellhole. I mean, when they came, it was inside. Maybe it's because inside was shitty and they didn't like it, or could be just because, they didn't generate enough sales on tickets. I mean, that venue holds 5,000 plus, I think, out there, The one inside, I think, only holds, Jesus, maybe like 300 or 400, something crazy. But they were going to come with Bad Religion. Now, from a word from the human being, the beautiful creature and best friend of mine that turned me on to Social Distortion, her name is Jen. She wants to voice her grievances too, about how pissed she is. Now, normally I would turn the camera to her, but she's not here. But before I came on here, she did tell me, voice my opinion about how pissed off I am too. And when I say this girl's pissed, I mean fucking livid. Because we've been planning this for 6 months plus. Been all types of excited, and Lubbock, Texas decided to fuck us over. Thanks, Hub City. And she was messaging me, and she was like, what am I going to do? I'm so depressed about this, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour myself a whiskey, which I did, drink a beer, and bitch about it on my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm doing. This girl has been a Social D fan since the late 80s, early 90s. She's a ride or die lifer. She knows every album, every song, and if there's ever something that I haven't heard or listened to, she's like, "You got to check this out." So she's got a very good taste in music. So, and sometimes we disagree on albums. Like she's like, "Oh, this album was trash," and then there's some I'm like, "Well, I kind of like one or two songs out of that." But she's very stubborn and set in her way, and she's just gonna say, "No, it sucked," but I still love him. So yeah, and her voice, fuck y'all bitches. Yeah, that goes to whoever ruined it for us to not get the show today. So that's my segment on Lubbock, Texas, the hub city, the amphitheater pavilion, screwing us over on not getting to see Social Distortion today. Bad Religion was going to be there with them. Not a huge fan. My dad was. He was going to go as well, but, hey, it just sucks we don't get our freaking show. So, moving on to the next subject. All right, let's drop a little political on you. So, we all know Trump's in there for this bullshit hush case money, blah, 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 blah. The only way it could ever be a federal indictment is if he used political funds. I don't care if he slept with that paid on film hooker or not. Stormy Daniels, I don't care. Hey, Trump was a playboy. Whether he did it or didn't, I don't care. Shit, back in the day she was hot. Now, no. She's made enough money. Book tours, settling out of court, suing people. She's made enough freaking money. I don't give a damn or know why she's still going to be jumping on this. Only thing it does is hurt people, Now, if he did use political funds to pay off this person, then all right, yeah, he should be held accountable for it. But if it is just to find a legal loophole to put him in jail with all the other indictments that they're trying on him, then that is just an automatic tell that they are trying to rig this election and keep him out of office. Now, there's two reasons why nobody wants somebody in office. If they've already ran before and did a great job, they probably stepped on a lot of toes and pissed a lot of people off, i.e. the left, the socialist, and the elite. So, well, how many other presidents do you know that have done illegal shit, have been indicted that many times and threatened with prison? How many of them have been mugshot? That would be none in our lifetime. So either he's really got some shit under the hood and he's going to spill the beans and fuck everything up on their end, or this is just a case of that's a really bad guy and he deserves it. Probably not when you've got everybody coming after you just because you did good for the country for 4 years. Even though you said stupid shit, said mean shit, said hurtful things, and hurt a lot of feelings. But trust me, I would take that guy, again, over the piece of shit, decrepit old senile fool we have in the office right now any day. 100 times over. Dog's eating grass. Chunk ice at her. Hey! Stop it! I don't want her getting sick. Anywho, so there's that thing. And then they're trying to hold him in contempt of court. They're trying to slap everything on this guy, And what pisses me off the most is no matter how much we see bad shit being done by other presidents, i.e. George Bush, Bill Clinton, Bush Sr., Barack Obama, all those other presidents that did terrible shit, they never got held accountable for it. They didn't. Nothing. They're fine. Yeah. And now Joe Biden, with this dumbass, he did the same thing. He had documents, even though he wasn't president. He was vice president, not supposed to have documents. And they still caught him on it, and they said he was just an old man and didn't know any better. Really? To where the other guy who they're hitting with indictments for it is just a few years younger. Why can't he get the same? Moving on. So, Mayorkas, that immigrant that came to America and is now in control of our security, border security to be specific on this issue. They are still having hearings after 11 months of trying to say, look, this is bad. And he just denies, no, it's not bad. And it's not going to change a damn thing, because no matter what, whether they impeach his ass or not, it's not going to change. The Senate is overrun by the other side. They won't get enough votes, and we are screwed. So, when it comes to financially, other than the fact that we have inflation, which was caused, number one, by the pandemic, giving away all stimulus money, basic economics. Nobody works, nobody spent, everybody spent, but all this free money, what anything else replenishing? So they're gonna tax rape the shit out of us Americans every day at the pump, at the store, on our taxes, in our local communities, every which way they can, which they are. And what should really piss you off the most is they are giving more and more money to other countries that we should not even be bothering with. That's your war, all right? We don't need a part of it. America's been in too many wars, sending our people over there like we're the big bad bullies and we're tough shit, just because war creates cash and commerce. So now we go back to the open border situation, which the border is absolutely open. They're trying to trickle it down a little bit because Texas has finally had enough and said we're gonna put forth our own efforts to this, because Joe Biden ain't doing shit. No matter the razor wire, no matter the buoys, anything we got, Joe Biden will still send other government agencies in there to lift up the border and let them right in. And then everybody who's trying to earn a paycheck, doing their job, keeping illegals from coming in, trying to process drugs, violent criminals, etc., what have you, they're overrun. They have no fucking, they don't have the money. They only have 11 people that are available for over time and a half, or available for overnights, or whatever it may be, per shift. That's 11 people. You know how big our southern border is? Thousands of miles that is? It's enormous. There's no way. So there's not the funding there, so a lot of people are going to be slipping by. However, if they do get detained, how do they get fed? Our tax dollars. Other places of war, how do they get all of this money that they're being sent? Our tax dollars. Well, we just keep printing money off like crazy, sending it off to Joe Blow, Joe Schmo, and everybody else who is under the puppeteer Democratic Party influence, and they're just making money hand over fist. I think that's called embezzlement? Laundering? Maybe. You tell me. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an asshole with an opinion. Because everybody knows Joe Biden threatened to fire the guy if they didn't get $1 billion while he was vice president. For his son, who was on the committee for Burisma. Yeah, threatened to fire him. You won't get the money unless you fire that guy. He got fired, and Joe Biden said, and I quote, "Son of a bitch." He got fired. They got the money. Well, if that isn't enough to tell you right there, So, back to the financial part. Biden also put out there saying that he is going to crack down on the extremely wealthy. They're going to pay their fair share. Also said that if somebody under $400,000 a year, they won't have to pay any taxes. They won't have to pay. Well, guess what? I make, we'll just say under the $25,000 cap era a year. Yeah, not much. We'll just round up and say 26 to be nice, give or take. After taxes, it isn't that. Well, what about me? What about me getting tax breaks? Yet you have everybody out there that is coming over here legally getting, what is it, $1,400 on a bank card, free housing, everything, just to house them every month. That comes out to $35,000, $37,000 a year out of our pockets. And if you don't see a problem with that, you're part of the problem. Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Wake the fuck up.